All right, guys, I am here inside the Chauvet private lighting studio, right? Is that what y'all call it?
This is our Las Vegas Experience Center.
The Las Vegas Experience Center, and I'm with Zeb with Chauvet Professional Lighting, and we're gonna have a conversation, but before we do, behind us is that great display that we just got to watch. Really a lot of fantastic lights on there. And in the context of this, I was just having a conversation that we posted with Jacob Warren. He's a lighting designer friend of mine. And we were talking about when you're building a lighting rig, you want to be looking for ways that you can build symmetry in your rig, right? Which y'all have done a really great job. You got this focal piece that you're focused on, and we've got symmetry that we're building out. That's a great element of design. You want to look at layers, right? Which y'all have done another great job with. We've got top to bottom layers. We've got center to outside layers, which is a great, way to build lighting rig design. And then we also talked about when you're running a show, you're looking for like moments of beauty, moments of wow, moments of darkness. And y'all cover all of that in your lighting show, didn't you?
I think so, yeah. It's, we have worked with some good lighting designers that put this together. And like you said, I mean, moments of darkness is so important too, like the absence of light, because then you can introduce something and kind of, it's a lot of lighting is, the elements of keeping somebody guessing. And half the time, one of the good things I like about our fixtures, a lot of people don't know that the fixture is gonna, maybe that it's gonna move, or that it does some extra feature, or that there's a ring around the outside. So saving some of that stuff is a great little way to keep the audience guessing and always make it look new throughout the event.
Yeah, so you're touching on some other things we talked about, because we talked about you gotta look for uniqueness, right? And which is a challenge, I'm sure, as a manufacturer in the business, that you're always having to innovate, you're always having to come up with something new. But these fixtures over here, I mean, this has got some really new, unique looks to it. Which fixture is that? With the ring around it.
That's the Outcast Beam One Wash. It is the center is a zoomable fixture, and then the outside has a ring so that you can do eye candy stuff with it.
Yeah, that was a really nice touch, something really unique. Y'all obviously have tons of blinders that you hit us with, which was fun, and it's not unique, but it is that kind of like moment of wow. You create all this darkness, and then you just give us that. That was great. That was really good elements. Well, we've got some new Ovation fixtures that I'd love to just chat about. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on in the Ovation line right now.
Okay, so the Ovation is our theatrical type of products. We've got ellipsoidals, we've got parkans, we've got Fresnels. So those cover the base of how to front light your subjects. It's been an evolution. There's been different color palettes. Traditionally, most of the ellipsoidals and parkans are, it's a bulb, so it's just white, and you got a gel, and then there's RGB, and then there's RGB amber, and then there's RGB amber white, and then now we've kind of gone to a standard of red, green, blue, amber, and lime. And that lime gives you better color mixing. Some people call it mint. It's basically a way to get that extra bump of warmth that creates really realistic whites, because it's so important that you can match whites, especially if you have half your lights are still traditional incandescent bulbs. You want to be able to match the whites, or if they have a certain color temperature that's a fixed color temperature, it's nice to be able to match that, because when you white balance on your cameras, if one is say the whites measured in Kelvin, say one is 3,500 Kelvin, you got something else 3,200, it's gonna look really different on camera. But having the RGBA lime color mixing gives you that added ability to tune it perfectly.
One of the things I've noticed with the Ovation line, but having the lime node, is when you're doing theatrical, sometimes the best way to get costumes to pop is to give them the normal white or whatever color temperature you want for that moment, but then, like you said, kind of cheating in that lime, and it just brings out threads and textures and their costumes that you wouldn't normally expect. It's a really nice touch that you can add to it. Obviously the amber adding the warmth and stuff like that. You got a new Psych light? I don't know anything about this.
This is a Psych 1 FC.
So FC full color?
Yeah, full color. Does not have lime in there, so it's a different color mixing. We've got also a Psych 3 FC, which is a longer version. If you want to do a big wall, it's a batten.
And what's our beam angle in this, do you know?
It's very wide. I don't know the number, but it's very wide.
And then we're just going to jump to this, because this is a more traditional Psych light. You could also use it for backlight. stage wash, stuff of that nature, and y'all revamped this one?
That one is is almost like a footlight, like you can put it in front of the subject, and that one's got the individual visible LED, the red, green, blue, amber LEDs. Whereas the Psych is a really nice. The Ovation Psych 1 FC has like a homogenized mixed lens where there's minimal issues with shadows.
So instead of, because normally on a Psych, you're coming up and at the very bottom, you see the little nodes at the very bottom, and then you have a blend that comes across. You're saying this prevents that from happening.
Yeah.
Your blend's coming straight from the lens, right?
Yeah.
And then over here, you still have the blended look, but we have the upgrade. So this is massive.
Yeah.
What's happening right here with this?
Yeah, this is a Maverick Silence profile. So we are on a mission to make a moving head that's silent. Now, there is some volume to it. It's not completely silent, but it's extremely low dB rating, great for like a TV studio or for a theater that's doing it where they got to keep the noise floor very low. We don't typically rate the dB, the sound of our fixtures, but we do on this, and it's very low. I don't remember what the spec is, but it's very quiet, and it's got shutters in there. It's a full profile fixture. Color mixing, so you can get whatever color you want. It's not, color wheel. It's a
I love that
unique option.
You put it next to one of your smallest consoles just to make sure that it looks as big as possible. I think is what the goal was.
Certainly does. Yeah, we're actually going to be expanding this series too, because not everyone needs this high output of a moving head. So there will be smaller fixtures in the Silence.
Yeah. While we're talking about the moving head fixtures, let's just walk over here. I see a bunch of moving heads across the room here. All right, so we've moved over here and we've got more of your Maverick fixtures. Tell us a little about what we're looking at right here.
Yes, all the Maverick is full color mixing, no color wheel. It's got flags in there to create whatever color you want, which gives you much more options for whites and for saturations. Force 1 spot. This right here is the Force 2 profile, so you got the shutter, so you can frame out your talent as needed. And then this guy's the Force 1 profile.
Yeah, and size-wise, they're similar. The Force 2 profile is a little bit bigger fixture, but very similar in size and functionality. They're similar once again, but then we have some differences of a spot fixture, profile fixture, beam degree, movements and angles. And are the go-go wheels the same inside of all these, or do we have different go-go wheel options?
They are the same.
Yeah, they're all identical. Yeah. All right, very cool. Yeah. There's another massive fixture that I just want to take a look at. So we've moved over to the Chauvet bird bath, right?
Should be. It'd be a beautiful bird bath.
It's a beautiful bird bath.
But it also makes a beautiful light. So this is our Maverick Beam Wash 3. And it's the only Maverick that's not color mixing as far as CMY color mixing. The ones we were just looking at, the spot, the profile, those are CMY color mixing. This is RGBW bubble lenses that 2 zones that zoom independently in the middle and on the outside. And what we're actually showing off with this one, there's a new update. This fixture is actually not brand new, but we've made an update to it where the outer ring is now a pixel mappable frosted ring, so you can get eye candy out of it too. And that is an upgrade if you've already bought it and you wanted to get that done on yours. We can do that in-house.
Okay, very cool. Another one of those unique elements that we're talking about that you got to just incorporate inside every rig. I know that your time is precious. I know that you got a lot going on. I want to say thank you so much for giving me a behind-the-scenes look at what's happening here at Chauvet.
For sure.
We've been a fan for a long time, and we will continue to be a fan a long time forward.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.